Welcome to space, a place where gravity will stretch you into a meat noodle, time is a mere suggestion, and the void actively wants you dead. Let us look at this chaos. Right now, humanity is having a collective existential meltdown. Our most beautiful, flawlessly mathematically perfect theories of the universe are suddenly cracking wide open. The cosmos is misbehaving badly. It is throwing a tantrum of apocalyptic proportions, and physicists are sweating heavily through their lab coats. We thought we had the cosmos figured out. We thought we cracked the master code of reality. We were profoundly, humiliatingly wrong. The universe is broken, or rather, our understanding of it is entirely broken. To understand this modern panic, you have to look back at the 19th century. Astronomers were tracking the planets, and Uranus was acting like a drunk driver. Its orbit was wobbling. It was blatantly disobeying Isaac Newton's laws of gravity. But scientists did not throw Newton in the trash. They just assumed there was some invisible, missing stuff out there tugging on Uranus in the dark. They did the math, pointed their telescopes, and boom! They found Neptune. The universe made sense again. We just needed to find the missing pieces. But then came Mercury. Mercury's orbit was also shifting slightly, rebelling against the math. Astronomers assumed the exact same thing. They looked for a hidden planet near the sun. They called it Vulcan. They searched for decades. They found absolutely nothing. The missing stuff was not missing. The math itself was utterly wrong. Albert Einstein had to step in, completely nuke our understanding of physics, and reinvent reality from scratch with general relativity. So right now, as our modern models of the universe completely shatter, we are facing the ultimate terrifying question. Are we just missing some invisible dark stuff waiting to find our generation's Neptune? Or are the fundamental laws of physics a lie, and we desperately need a new Einstein to rewrite the entire fabric of reality? Welcome to the first crack in the universe. Cosmic monsters. According to our best models, the universe is supposed to be relatively smooth on a grand scale, but recently we started pointing our most powerful telescopes into the deep dark, and we found impossible megastructures defying everything we know. We are talking about giant arcs of densely packed galaxies burning brighter than your existential dread at 3 in the morning. We found a ring of galaxies 5 billion light-years across. That is a structure so massively stupid, it should not even be able to form in the time since the Big Bang. But it gets worse. We recently discovered the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall, an unfathomable, mind-bending wall of galaxies stretching 10 billion light-years across the void. That is 10% of the entire observable universe packed into one solid, glowing cosmic brick. It is a structure so gigantic it makes our Milky Way look like a single grain of sand on a beach the size of Jupiter. And the terrifying contrast is just as bad. Next to these glowing monsters are monstrous dead voids. Pockets of absolute nothingness so vast they defy logic. In fact, scientists now suspect we might actually live inside a 2 billion light-year wide void called the local hole. A cosmic ghost town completely empty of the matter that is physically supposed to be there. This is absolutely terrifying for physicists. It violently breaks the cosmological principle. This principle is the absolute bedrock of modern astrophysics. It states that if you zoom out far enough, the universe is uniform. It is supposed to look exactly the same everywhere, like a perfectly blended cosmic smoothie. But it is not a smoothie. It is a chunky, chaotic mess. Imagine an ant sitting on a giant million-pound cake. The ant is standing on the cake's one and only cherry. It looks around, licks the ground, tastes the cherry, and confidently assumes the entire million-pound cake tastes exactly like cherry. We are that absolutely clueless ant. Our tiny little pocket of space is a freak cosmic anomaly, and we are trying to guess the flavor of an entire universe made of completely different, terrifying flavors. The cosmological principle is crumbling. If the universe is not uniform, every single calculation we have made about its age, its size, and its destiny is fundamentally flawed. Which brings us to the second crack: a universe at 2 speeds. We know space is expanding. The universe is stretching out in all directions, pushing galaxies apart. We measure how fast this is happening using a number called the Hubble constant. We have 2 incredibly brilliant, flawlessly tested methods to measure this exact speed. Method A looks at the very early universe, studying the fossil radiation left over from the Big Bang. Method B looks at the modern universe, measuring the light from violently exploding stars in nearby galaxies. Both methods are masterclasses of human genius. Both are incredibly precise, and they fiercely, violently disagree with each other. Imagine driving a car down a straight, empty highway. You look at your dashboard speedometer and it says you are going exactly 67 miles per hour. But you look at your GPS tracker and it says you are going exactly 73 miles per hour. You think something is broken. You check the tires, you check the gears, you check the satellite connection. You have thousands of the smartest mechanics on Earth check the instruments millions of times. Both instruments are perfectly, flawlessly accurate. There are no measurement errors, there is no glitch, the speedometer is right, the GPS is also right, but the numbers are entirely different. That is exactly what is happening with the expansion of the universe right now. Method A says the universe is expanding at roughly 67 kilometers per second per megaparsec. Method B says it is expanding at 73. Both are overwhelmingly correct. Neither will budge. The tension between these two numbers is tearing astrophysics apart. If the universe is giving us two completely different answers to the exact same question, reality itself is broken. The third crack in our cosmic foundation is old galaxies hiding in a baby universe. Think of the James Webb Space Telescope not just as a camera, but as a $10 billion gold-plated time machine staring directly into the terrifying infancy of the cosmos. Because light takes time to travel across the infinite void, looking deep into space literally means looking backward in time. When astronomers powered up this mechanical beast, calibrated its incredibly sensitive infrared sensors, and peered into the deepest, darkest void of the ancient universe, they expected to find tiny, fragile, flickering proto-galaxies. They expected the cosmic equivalent of helpless, bald infants just barely learning how to fuse hydrogen. Instead, they found absolute monsters. We are talking about massive, blazing, ridiculously bright galaxies existing a mere 280 million years after the Big Bang. In the grand, sweeping timeline of a 14 billion-year-old universe, 280 million years is less than a microscopic fraction of a blink. It is burning faster than your paycheck on a Friday night. It is nothing. Yet these early galaxies are inexplicably, offensively mature. They are absolutely packed to the brim with heavy elements like carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen. According to the sacred, peer-reviewed texts of modern physics, these heavy elements should only exist after entire generations of massive stars have been born, lived long, incredibly violent lives, and died in spectacular supernova explosions. That stellar life cycle takes time. It requires billions of years of cosmic cooking inside the fiery bellies of giant stars to forge the carbon that makes up your body. Finding these heavy elements so early in the universe is a chronological nightmare of epic proportions. It is exactly like kicking open the doors to a local kindergarten and finding a room full of fully grown, heavily bearded adults. Imagine walking into a brightly colored room with tiny plastic chairs to see a bunch of 40-year-old men wearing tiny paper crowns, drinking black coffee, aggressively doing their taxes, complaining about lower back pain, and discussing adjustable rate mortgages. It makes absolutely zero sense. It profoundly violates every known law of biological time, and it makes you want to slowly back out of the room before reality itself collapses. This discovery is a 10-ton sledgehammer to our entire understanding of cosmic evolution. But the panic does not stop there. The anomalies are piling up faster than cosmic garbage on a dying star. Let us rapidly escalate this scientific existential dread. First, we have the Great Big Bang lithium shortage. Our mathematical models perfectly predict exactly how much hydrogen and helium the Big Bang forged in its opening act. But when we look for the lithium, a massive chunk of it is just missing. It is like following a grandmother's legendary cake recipe to the exact gram, putting it in the oven and realizing the universe somehow stole half your flour while you blinked. It is maddening. Then we have the terrifying mystery of dark matter distribution. Our models confidently predicted that dark matter should clump together in sharp, violent, jagged spikes across the cosmos, acting as the invisible skeleton of the universe. Instead, observations show it forming gentle, rolling, smooth hills. We expected a terrifying landscape of cosmic razor blades, and the universe handed us the Teletubbies' backyard. And just when astrophysicists thought they could not possibly consume any more heartburn medication, the ultimate bombshell dropped. Dark energy, the mysterious unseen phantom force aggressively pushing the fabric of reality apart, might actually be changing over time. For decades, we assumed dark energy was a constant, unchanging cosmological pillar, the bedrock of the expansion. But if dark energy is fluctuating, evolving, and shifting its strength, it completely rewrites the past and the future of the cosmos. It means the cosmic rent is going up, and the landlord is actively altering the laws of physics. It means the ultimate fate of the universe is not a settled debate, but a chaotic, unpredictable roller coaster that could end in a sudden, violent tear in the fabric of space-time, ripping apart atoms themselves. Our standard model of cosmology is currently sweating profusely under the interrogation lamp, begging for a lawyer. But here is the most important thing you need to understand right now. Take a deep breath. In science, the word crisis does not mean failure. It does not mean the physicists are packing up their calculators, burning their degrees, and going home to become potato farmers. A crisis means the scientific machine is incredibly healthy and working absolutely perfectly. Science moves in massive, violent, beautiful cycles of destruction and rebirth. We build a model, we test the model, and then we build vastly superior $10 billion tools to absolutely shatter that model into a million pieces. Just like Albert Einstein completely rewrote Isaac Newton's universe, someone alive today is about to rewrite Einstein's. This current chaos, this absolute confusion, this glorious breaking of all our old comfortable rules is simply the beautiful, necessary prelude to a massive physics revolution. We are standing right on the precipice of a brand new understanding of reality itself. The old textbooks are burning and the new ones are being written in real time by telescopes floating in the freezing void. The cosmos is about to get a lot more interesting. If you want a front row seat to the greatest intellectual revolution in human history, you need to join the movement right now. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like button until your mouse breaks, and do not dare look away. The universe is getting weirder by the exact second.